Welcome to Home, Space and Reason, a podcast about creating a home that thrives.
Hi there, I'm Christina Browning, your host. If you know your home could be so much more than it is, I discuss home functionality, aesthetics, and automation. I'm a realtor in Portland, Oregon, and a home functionality coach. I geek out on every subject imaginable regarding your home and yard, challenging you to think of your space differently to get the most out of every square foot. I pose questions for you to think through about your space and your reason. This podcast is all positive, offering you virtual fist bumps and celebrating every win. Remember, there's no such thing as perfect, but you can still aim for your best every day. Join me on social media by searching for the handle Space and Reason. What a time we live in, with so much coming at us from every direction. Last night, I watched a show called What's Next? The Future with Bill Gates. It's fascinating because they talk about different AI technologies, both that already exist and then what is coming our way in the future. I'm not sure I would recommend it because it certainly left me with a great deal of anxiety. But what I always settle back into is, what are my parameters? What do I know for sure? And what can I control? And that, bringing that anxiety back, helped me think about today's episode, which is the framework within our home that we can count on, and setting up a way that we can think of things in a very small, bite-sized, manageable way to see improvement without overwhelm. You may have elderly parents living with you. You might have 9 children. You might have a larger home, and you've found yourself without any kids now because they're all away at college. I want you to think about your unique set of circumstances, and we're going to talk about home functionality segments through those lenses. So we will ask these questions early in today's episode because the answers are important first. Question number 1. What are my unique challenges, broadly speaking? It could be that you have 9 kids. That's a lot. It could be that your spouse is currently unemployed, so you have financial strain. Be very general with your answers. So now as I talk about the different home functionality segments, you can view them through the lenses of your unique challenges. And sometimes thinking of things a little differently like this can spur an aha moment, or it can at least highlight a baby step that you could take that will actually make a difference in your experience of living in your home every single day. I created this home functionality chart more as a way of breaking down questions about our homes and how they're working or failing us. I've found thinking about each area with this tool is so helpful. The first area is aesthetics and furniture choices. This may be an area of focus if you have pinch points that are frustrating, meaning people can't get through. There's an area where maybe the dishwasher folds down and that's right where all the plates are, and that's so frustrating because people can't get through and can't do what they need to do. Or maybe you have animals with furniture that isn't meant for pets, like a husky and a velvet couch. If you have a unique challenge listed, and when sitting next to aesthetics and furniture choices, you see this as something you can address, circle it. The next segment is floor plan. Mostly this has to do with the home you are in, along with furniture placement or where the rooms are in the home. For example, if you have a lake view, but the main room you need to be in is in the back of the house, you can't even enjoy the lake view, you might circle this segment as something that can benefit from thought. If you know in your heart this isn't the right house for you, this is a specific area that you can think about moving forward on. Segment 3 is the ability to identify sources of friction. That's what we're doing today. If you have a hard time figuring out why you're frustrated in your home or which specific spaces are the issue, circle this segment. We're all given specific areas of talent, and there's nothing wrong with you if this isn't your strong suit. We all have areas of strengths and weaknesses. Segment 4 is automation, habits, and hacks. Ever-changing, automation can be connected to a smart home system, or it can be the things we automatically do daily to make our lives easier. If each day seems especially hard from the time you wake up until the time you go to bed, perhaps some automation could help do the reminders to turn on the lights, to order toilet paper automatically in a certain segment of time, whatever. This could even mean addressing workload if both partners aren't carrying their weight and driving the household details. Maybe parent 1 might handle dentist appointments for all the kids, and parent 2 might handle the doctor appointments for all the kids. There are ways to split the mental load that feel more equitable. I also consider this automation because if you automatically know every Wednesday your partner is handling making dinner, it's less on your mental list. So when you think about the unique challenges that you listed, how can automation or hacks or habits help, if at all? The next segment is the ability to edit. We live in a highly consumer-driven world. It's relearning what we really need, what seems fun for the next 2 days, and then the shine wears off and suddenly we don't have anywhere to store that thing. Or we're gifted things we don't want or need. Suddenly we have 14 pot holders, 27 dish towels. When I hear someone complain they don't have a big enough kitchen, the first thing I suggest is that they have an honest look at how many duplicates they have, and then gift the ones forward that you don't love. You honestly do not need several dish towels for every single season. You don't. Then learn from it so you aren't shooting yourself in the foot. If going to Sur La Table is too tempting, don't go, because you know that about yourself. The last segment is organization. Although we all love an organized space, it's not in everyone's wheelhouse to know how to accomplish that. And that's okay. If you find yourself or your kids always looking for things, or you can't find them, or you've misplaced them, this might be the segment to circle and consider more. Now what? Pick a segment that seems to be the most obvious area to focus on when thinking about your unique challenges, that list that you made earlier. Pare it down to what can I start today that I can finish this week. I urge you just to make one baby step in the right direction. This podcast has over 100 episodes about all kinds of topics. So if you need to think about the chaos of getting your kids out the door each morning, you might have a look at your mudroom or the space near the door where you come and go. There's an episode for that. Maybe the thing you keep misplacing simply needs a home where it can go daily. So automation hacks and habits could help. This often requires a giant note to yourself, taped somewhere obvious to be the visual cue that reminds us to do it until it's a habit. Whatever small area you feel like you want to focus on first, there's likely an episode for that. Sometimes just the clarity is so helpful. Oh, yeah, if we could just find our keys, there would be a whole lot less adult tantrums in the house every single day. Is it the reason why I'm late all the time, maybe? Maybe I should revisit my relationship with time and give myself a key hook right by the door, and then put a note for myself. Keys go here, just so I can get in the rhythm of it. And then maybe I should be setting an alarm for myself so that 5 minutes before I'm supposed to go out the door, I get a little reminder. Any tiny step that can help address the thing that makes you crazy on a reoccurring basis is progress. You don't have to do a huge big thing all at once. Pick one small thing, something you can tackle, and do that. If you haven't listened to episode 5 yet, it has a fond place in my heart because it's all about tackling the space that doesn't get used in our home. I pose questions to really think through each of your spaces and evaluate if they're being used to the best and highest potential. If you haven't listened yet, or if it's been a while, check back in on episode 5. Sometimes our lives shift and we're experiencing a different season with kids that have left the house, or maybe you had a baby. Perhaps you have parents living with you now. It's a great time to reevaluate your space with episode 5. If you have an Amazon Echo, you can say, play the Home Space and Reason podcast by Apple and easily listen on any Echo or Dot, no matter if you're doing the dishes or dusting or weeding the yard, whatever. It's entertainment. If you happen to know someone in the market to buy or sell in the greater Metro Portland, Oregon area, kindly send them my way. The finest compliment I can receive is the confidence of your referral. If you're enjoying this content and you'd like more, sign up for my email newsletter, Little Bits of Home Functionality. It comes just once a week and is intentionally short. You'll see a video with a tip or a trick or a thought, even a home tour sometimes. I pose questions for you to think through about your space and your reason. Find the link to subscribe in the show notes, and always follow along on social media by searching for the handle Space and Reason. I have gift certificates available for a home functionality coaching session, and I think they make the best housewarming gift. Jump into the show notes in my calendar and we'll get you one. If you haven't had time to do a review yet, I would so appreciate it. Even if it's one simple sentence, it certainly helps the algorithm and helps other people to know this is a show worth listening to. Thanks, my friend, for sitting in on this conversation about creating a home that thrives. I'll meet you back here for the next episode.